Beautiful art reminds us where we are, reminds us that we're in the presence and in the temple of God. When I'm here throughout the day, I spend time reassembling the life of trees into something that can adorn the liturgical space. I started woodworking out of necessity. I started Nux because iconoclasm happened to beautiful churches. Iconoclasm happened. What is iconoclasm? It's tied to a false idea propagated that, well, if the early church didn't have it, why should we? Isn't that a departure from authenticity? We often talk about that period of time in the 60s and 70s when churches were built that were just very bare and it was very brutalist, modernist architecture. And we talk about all of the beautiful old churches full of statues, full of ornate woodwork with their high altars and their beautiful ambos, with the stairs and the shell and all of this craftsmanship. And we know that it was removed. Oftentimes I think we don't think about that process and what it took. And it took a tremendous amount of labor and effort to go in and to destroy what had been handed down to us, to destroy what we had received, to destroy our traditions. And that's why I say it's iconoclasm, because when you see the irreplaceable art and workmanship, the craftsmanship that went into building these beautiful pendants hanging from the ceiling, the high altar, the altar rail, all of the impeccable design, the perhaps decades of work. And then you look at the basilica today and see the walls stripped bare, the altar replaced with a table. This is certainly iconoclasm. To go in and to destroy something beautiful is always diabolic, because beauty is a transcendental, right? Because God is beauty, He is truth, He is goodness, He is charity, right? He is all these things. There's a great deal of humility too in just recognizing God's beauty in relation to yourself, right? And saying, okay, well, God is more beautiful than I could possibly imagine. And when you see a beautiful work of art as being something completely beyond your capability, your capacity, especially if it's something done for love of God by the artist, it's imprinted there in the art, if it's done for love of God, and it's imprinted thence onto your soul. And you begin to fathom, to some tiny degree, the unfathomable. Reading, writing, are really something that became common in the modern era. What was immediately accessible to anyone who was attending Mass was the beauty of the Mass, in its liturgy and its movements, and the beauty also of the stained glass and of the statuary. It was almost like the first means by which these people would apprehend God in His majesty was through His beauty. Beauty is something external to us. It's something objective. It is something that we discover and encounter. We have to do something. So rather than sitting on our hands, we begin studying, begin looking at the past, we begin looking at the tradition. We want to pass on what we ourselves have received. In order to move forward in the sense of the discovery of beauty, because God is infinite in His beauty is infinite, so we can always discover more of it. But in order to move in that direction towards God in His beauty, we have to look at what happened before. There's nothing that we can do to honor God sufficiently. And so we can give nothing less than our whole selves in that pursuit. But build something for eternity. Build something for the new heaven and the new earth, consecrated to God.